Hello and welcome back to another video. So I am out in the gator today. It's fairly wild, but the rain is holding off, so I am going to tackle some clearing and cutting back and maybe some fencing if it needs it as well, but hopefully it won't need too much. So I have my few bits in the gator there. It's good to get it done this kind of time before things really start to shoot and take over. I'm hoping it'll be a bit easier, but you'll see in a while I'll have my work cut out for me in a few bits, because there's a big holly bush there that needs to be cut back, and all the furze that are there as well will need to be cut back. So I think I'll go up first with the chainsaw, clear those, and then I'll come back with the hedge trimmer to do just the tough briars and things like that. So that's what I'm starting today's video with, and I am hoping to finish it with a calf. So the two cows are now overdue. Don't seem to have any intention whatsoever of calving. Just talking to Dad there, he said Norma went over by 7 days last year on a Charlie, which generally has a shorter gestation period than a Simmental. So we could be looking at close to a week for her to calve again, but sure, look, we'll see. We'll go with the flow anyway. I'll probably try to do a bit of tidying of the pen just so that it is ready, or more or less ready, when we see signs of her going. I am going out with the girls on Friday night, so you can be sure that there will be movement as soon as I sit down to have my dinner. But look, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, look, I'll keep this video going until we do get a calf anyway, but hopefully we won't be waiting too long, and we might even have two calves by the end of it. You wouldn't know. But look, I'll tear away here while the rain is staying away, and I'll try and beat most of it. Now the wind is absolutely wild up here, so I hope you'll be able to hear me, but I am done with all the chainsawing. I don't know, can you see the piles? You can see that one there anyway, but I've kind of piles the whole way down, mostly of furze really. My back is fairly tired now after all that, but I have managed to come up to the very top here. That will all take the hedge cutter rather than the chainsaw, so I'm going to leave it now for today, because I'll only kill myself if I'm trying to do the trimming as well, because I find that harder. I don't know, it's because I'm holding it down to the ground rather than I'm holding the saw higher. I don't know, but anyway, that's not bad going now to get all that done. I haven't taken more than I need to, if you know what I mean. I'm just trying to free up the wire and cut the furze back a bit so that it sets them back, but I'm not trying to remove them or anything. I don't have the desire nor the energy to do it, to be honest. So it's all freed up now the whole way anyway. My God, at one point the furze were actually blowing in the wind as I was trying to cut them. It's so wild up here. but maybe we'll get a bit of drying, although I think it's a northerly wind. But oh my god, I'm going to leave it there for today. I'll come back tomorrow with the trimmer, the hedge trimmer, and who knows, we might have a calf, hopefully. Now, I've had a busy start to the day here this morning. My face might be dirty because I was cleaning out, so if it is, take no notice. But you'll see I have done a bit of a swap here. So I have Norma and Snowflake in the pen. You will see Big Black there. I will explain that in a second. And the two heifers are above there. So yesterday I did the swap, put the heifers in, all good. Debbie had stopped bulling, then Big Black came bulling. She was up on top of the back of the heifer, so I said I have to get her out of here straight away. She's coming close to a ton in weight and I can't have her on top of anyone. So, put her in here last night. I cannot describe the mess she made overnight. I suppose an animal that big, you can imagine how much comes out of her. So I said, grand, took her out and put her in with the cows. They were eating silage, so I was like, great, she stopped bulling. Looked over, they were all up on top of her at one stage or another. So I had just this cleaned out, had to take her around, put her back in, but I've her put in there now. I've a little bed there for her. She can spend another night in here. It's just more comfortable for her there because at least she can turn and lie down and get up without any trouble. It's actually a perfect little pen. And so she's sorted there with her water and everything. The only problem I have is I can now not feed the two cows from the head gate and the other hole in the gate over there. So now I'm having to feed them here, which is just making a mess. They destroyed the pen as well last night, but I suppose that's some of the runoff from Big Black, plus having two big cows in there as well. So yeah, it's just more and more straw and I'm getting lighter and lighter on straw. That's all I have there, and I have one small bale up there as well. So it'll be tight, but sure, look, we'll see how we get on. We should scrape it, but those two need to be calving now soon because we're wasting straw for no reason. But anyway, that's that. The sun is shining today. There's a few showers there, but nothing major, so I'm going to go up and finish off. We're not going to have a calf today, not a hope, I'd say. They have no intention, either one of them. So I'll go way up and do a bit of that, and we'll come back then hopefully when we have a calf in a day or two's time. And that is the whole job done. So I'm glad to be at the end of it, but got right up into the corner. In fairness, the wire isn't too bad, except for the few places that I cut through it, of course. In the end, I cut one part and I just pulled the whole lot out, and it made it so much easier to get in with the trimmer then. But yeah, I've done the whole lot. You'll probably see there how far out the ditch is coming and how much it's taken from the field. So it really badly needed to be done because it was only encroaching more and more. So at least I've pushed it back a bit now, and I'll put the stakes in tight-ish anyway, and it'll just save save the field really from it. I just pushed in a load of the furze that I had cut in there. I have more below that I'm actually just going to drag up and put in there, and look, it'll suppress some of the briars that are there. While I was up here then, I said I'd carry on up and have a look at all the silage ground. This here is a silage field as well. I can't imagine that I'm going to be cutting silage here, hopefully in about 8 weeks. So slow. I've been seeing a few videos lately. God, there's loads of midges. I've been seeing videos lately where fellas are saying they've loads of grass, but it's too wet to get the cattle out. I most certainly do not have loads of grass. Now, they fed it, in fairness. I've it fed already this year, so I suppose a lot of people haven't had that luxury, in fairness. But yeah, we'll be getting the fertiliser out, I suppose, in 2 weeks, hopefully. It's so wet underfoot today. We've had crazy rain the last 2 days. But hopefully if I can get the fertiliser out in 2 weeks, give us about 6 weeks, 7 weeks before we cut. 7 weeks? I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I'm hoping for the end of May, but yeah, it's not looking great so far, to be honest. But look, the long evenings are coming with the clocks changing and everything, so hopefully that will help things. But I'll give you a look here at what I've done, and yeah. Now, I'm out here this evening again after work. It was a lovely sunny day until I got home from work, so I think the rain is on the way, so I'm trying to beat it. But I'm not on my own today. Rob is... where is he? He's there, if you can see him in the distance. So what we've done is we have laid out all the posts. I did run out of posts, so I have had to improvise. I have some proper size ones and I have some smaller, skinnier ones, but it should do the job. I've gone every second one up towards the top. But with them all laid out, I'm making the holes, putting the posts in, and Rob's coming along then and with the sledgehammer and putting them in. Insulators will go on, wire up, job done, is the plan. I think an hour I can fly through this. So that is the plan. You'll see we have quite a few to do, so we're going to get into it now. I have a few done down there already and Rob's catching up with me fast, so I'm gonna get on with it. Shannon's here to help, so we'll be fine. Shannon, you going to say hello? Shan? The best gift I was ever given and shown how to use, so thank you Finbar for this, because I've been killing myself just using my hand or a pliers or a screwdriver to put these in for years. I never knew that this bit existed, so love it.
Sure, why use your hand when you can use electronic gizmo, I suppose.
Now that is the job done. It's really windy as well, so hopefully we'll be drying out the ground a bit. So there's a big difference between what it looks like now and what it did a week ago. So really happy with that. It's not a professional job as ever around here, but the wire is up off the ground and everything is trimmed back and we have posts in place, so that's the main thing. But we'll leave that anyway and we'll head down to the shed and see what we've got down there now. Now there is our new arrival behind me, a lovely Simmental bull calf out of Norma. So he arrived at about 11 o'clock 3 nights ago. So in fairness, she had no bother with him. She lay down and out he came. I was watching on the calving camera, so as soon as he hit the ground I came down to just put out some fresh straw and all of that, make sure Norma was alright. He was up before I even left the shed, looking to suck. It took him a little while to find it, in fairness, but once he did, he hasn't stopped. So and he is full of beans. He'll probably start running around there now in a minute because he spends most of his time doing that. She has one bad quarter, it just doesn't work. I don't know if there's ever any milk in it. They usually tend to suck it maybe after a month or so when they're that bit bigger, but for now he's found the other 3, which is great because sometimes they won't find the back ones, they'll only find the front ones. But in fairness, he's found them all. He's happy out, she's happy out, incredibly protective. So as you can see, there he goes. I'm not going too close to him because in another week or 10 days I'm going to have to take him out of there just to tag him and dehorn him and ring him actually. So I just want to upset her as little as possible before then. So all I do is throw in the fresh straw every day, give her her silage and her nuts, check her water, and I leave them at it because I want her to try and trust me to some extent, because I will have to catch her head to do all that because I don't want her to do herself an injury with the worry. So I just want her to be as calm as possible up until that day, because it's never nice for them. Snowflake is here, happy as Larry in her pen with her fresh straw, her silage, her water, and there is not a notion of her calving. She's 5 days over now. I don't know what her story is, to be honest. I said to Dad, he came down earlier, I said, Dad, there's no calf in her. And he was like, Karen, will you relax? She went 8 days over last year, so hopefully it's just a case of she just carries a bit longer, because I'm just a bit worried about her because she was bullied a lot by the cows, so maybe that's why I'm more concerned about her. But hopefully we'll get there yet. I thought I'd have 2 calves in this video, but only 1 so far. This is working out okay with the cows here. You can see they're eating their silage there. It's just very awkward for me carrying it down. I start at the wall and I work my way up so that they just go to the wall, and then I can feed them up out of it without having to worry about them hitting me with their head or anything, because I am quite close to them. And yeah, everyone else is happy out. So still inside. The weather has been decent the last 2 or 3 days, but again, still a bit of rain at night, low temperatures, so they can't go back out until that rights itself. But look, at least we're getting a break from the rain. Looks like I might actually be able to do some muck spreading in a couple of days, so fingers crossed that will be the next video, but we'll have to see how it goes. There's the little man again. But anyway, that's it. I'll leave it there for today. I'd say this will end up being a fairly quick video, but that is it. That's all that's going on now at the moment. So thanks again for watching. If you liked it, give me a like, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Thank you.